Namaste, beautiful. Welcome to Yoga is the Answer. Today the question is, how can I level up my side plank practice? And this advanced side plank tutorial is the answer. I'm going to teach you two variations of advanced side planks today. Number one is Vasiṣṭhāsana II, where we extend the top leg and hold it with the top hand. And number two is Viśvāmitrāsana, where we extend the bottom leg and hold it with the top hand, or we can also have our hand extended in Viśvāmitrāsana. So these are both hip opening, arm balancing postures, which means, of course, we need to have quite open hips. We need to have stability in the wrists. We need to have stability in the shoulders. And for Viśvāmitrāsana, we need to also have quite open shoulders, which means we should be pretty warmed up before we either put this into our personal yoga practices or we are just practicing the poses by themselves. Yeah. So this is actually the second time I'm making this tutorial. The first time that I made it right after I finished a hip opening class, and so my hips were pretty open and ready. I did not do that yet today. I have done my own practice, but it requires seriously quite a bit of warm-up. So I actually want to demonstrate that first. So right now I'm going to show you what it looks like when I do both of these poses before doing the warm-up. And then we're going to do a pretty quick warm-up together just to make sure that we are prepared. And then we will go into the tutorial and we will then put the poses into a little sequence together. Feel free to use the chapters if you're already warmed up and you want to just get right to it, or use the tutorial how you want to, but that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so first I will do my best to and demonstrate how I can do it right now, so then you can compare the before and after. I haven't tried this yet today, so yeah, let's see how it goes. All right, do not try this at home without warming up, please. I have done a practice today. I just haven't done extensive hip opening, even though I did sit in Padmasana for an hour today, so please keep this in mind, even as I'm showing you this. All right, here we go. So we'll try on this side. All right, this one's not terrible, so that's that. But you're gonna see it's more open after we warm up. And the other side. I don't know why this one is tighter, which is really interesting because I always think of my right hip as being more open. All right. Whew. So that's Vasiṣṭhāsana II. Viśvāmitrāsana is going to be a lot harder. Well, we'll see. If it hurts my shoulders, then I'll come out. All right. Okay, one side. Okay. And the other side. Okay. Well, that's quite enough of that. Now let's get to warming up, shall we? So there are several different ways that we could prepare for poses like this, as you will come across in my full-length classes. But for the purpose of today, for kind of trying to do it quickly, we're going to first take some kind of more like yin postures, which I guess is technically not really warming up. It's more like just preparation, just extending our fascia. So we're going to lie onto the back. And then we'll start with the right leg. So we'll take the right leg out to the side, right? Because we're hip opening, right? So take it out to the side. Grab hold of the big toe or of a strap here. And then pull the leg toward the head. And so we want to be pulling it to about 80% of our capacity here. So if you are able to pull it up close enough to the head that you can grab it with the left arm, that's great, right? Because now we're already kind of also getting into that left shoulder, which is what we're going to be wanting to be doing in Viśvāmitrāsana, right? So if we can reach this kind of reclined compass pose, this will really help us warm up and really prepare in a nice way for both poses, but particularly for the second, which in my opinion and experience is the more advanced of the two. So really try and pull that leg as close as you can to the head. And then just kind of do your best to relax into the stretch here. Feel the fascia extending. The more often you do this, then the more your fascia is going to be extended and the less warming up that you will have to do postures like these, right? I mean, I just showed you. And it's like I can still do the poses, right? Because I do a lot every day to make sure that my whole body is open, right? But I need to do it every day, right? And in order to like comfortably do asanas like this, then you want to make sure that you are preparing so that you can enjoy it, right? In my opinion, these are like these advanced postures like this are in large part kind of for like the enjoyment of the work that you did to get there, if that makes sense. Yeah. All right, let's release. I always feel it more on the release than I do when I'm actually holding it, which I think is normal. Well, I don't know. All right, let's switch legs. I'm going to switch sides so you can see. So now let's take the left leg out to the side. Grab a hold of the big toe, or if you need to have a strap or towel or something that is holding it out to the side, you can do that. However, honestly, if you're not able to hold your foot here, then it's going to be really difficult to do these postures. Yeah. So please keep that in mind. You want to be able to be at the point where you can be holding your foot at least with the left hand, if not also with the right hand. We want to be able to hold it with the right hand, right, in order to do the second posture. But you don't need to be able to do the second one in order to be able to do the first, right? So again, really trying to get as close as we can to the head. Kind of taking a little shortcut to being able to do the pose, right? Whenever you feel any kind of release, just go ahead and pull the leg closer toward your head. Push it down farther with the left arm. I feel like I was talking for a while on the other side, so I feel like we probably need to hold it for a bit longer. And if you're not already holding with the opposite arm, maybe see if you can get there now. Because particularly if we're doing this for the first time in the day, then we're probably going to feel quite a bit of release, like after, I don't know, 30 seconds and then another 30 seconds, right? So you should be able to go deeper and deeper as every few seconds. Yeah. And so then do it. Go deep for those every few seconds until you can't anymore because your leg is touching your head. All right, let's go ahead and release. Woo! And give the legs a little shake. All right, let's come up to hands and knees. And let's get into the wrists. So let's take them so that they're pointed toward the knees. And then sit back toward the feet. And feel the stretch on the wrists. Just hold it here. Again, we can be kind of like circling them out would be another option. But so the two ways that I find to be the most effective for these kinds of warm-ups is that we are either using dynamic kind of mobility movement, right? Getting into the joints. So we're moving quickly, or we're doing the holding, like more kind of yin style. Yeah, both are going to work for the purpose of preparing for these asanas. Okay, and let's the hands a little shake, kind of like stretch the fingers. Whew. I haven't done that in a while, to be honest. I generally opt for the other route. Ooh, all right, let's come on to the back of the hands. Also, because of my shoulder injury, I haven't been practicing handstands, so I haven't really been warming up my wrists as much as I do other times. Okay, so placing the backs of the hands down. And if we want to, we can be making fists and then releasing them. So just kind of lifting the hands up, or lifting the fingers up, and letting them come down. Woo! See, this is why this is necessary. It's better to feel it's better to feel this now than to feel it when we are on one hand holding up a large part of our body, right? And again, open and close the hands. Interlace the fingers, make some circles in one direction and in the other direction. All right, let's get into the shoulders. Let's extend the arms out and allow the chest and the chin to drop down toward the floor, coming into a puppy pose. or melting heart pose. Is my mic? Oh. Okay. Oh, maybe my battery's dying. I think my battery's dying on my microphone. Ah, well, good thing we're doing the faster warm-up, huh? Okay. Try and relax the shoulders a little bit more. All right, and come out. And let's get more into the shoulders. So let's grab the left arm with the right hand and pull it across the chest. And try and see if you can feel a bit of release. And let's switch. All right. And let's take the hands behind the back and bring the forehead down and lift the hands up, bringing them in the direction of the floor or the ceiling. All right, beautiful. So now let's just go through a little kind of warm-up flow together and get more into the hips, more into the shoulders, a little bit into the wrists as well. And then we will place our planks into our flow. Yeah? So let's come to a downward facing dog. And let's inhale and reach the right leg up. And then exhale and step it to the outside of the right hand and come down into a lizard lunge. So taking the left leg down. And then I can come onto the elbows and let's just kind of move our hips back and forth here. In our lizard lunge, we can do some bounces. So now we're getting into the dynamic warm-up. We're combining them, right, for the purpose of this class here, or this tutorial. Okay, so we're moving around now so that we are sending this message to the hips to warm up and to prepare themselves for what we're going to do with them, yeah? All right, and let's come back to the hands. Inhale. And now let's exhale. Let's rotate into a Skandasana, into a side lunge on the right. Let's bring the hands to heart center. So inhale, reach the hands out to the side. And then exhale, take the left hand toward the right foot and the right hand overhead toward the left foot. So now again, we're getting into the shoulders and into the hips. So inhale, bring the hands out. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, down to Skandasana on the left. Inhale, reach the hands out. Exhale, take the right hand toward the left foot, the left hand overhead. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale through center, really try and come into goddess for a second. And then exhale over to the right. Inhale, extend the hands out. Exhale, lean over to the left. Inhale, extend the hands out. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Inhale through the center, really try and stop at goddess. Exhale over to the left. Inhale, bring the hands out. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhale, arms out. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale through goddess. Exhale, down to Skandasana. Now we're going to bind Skandasana. That's why I'm on this side so we can see the bind. So let's open the arms. And let's take the right arm behind the back and then take the left hand into the right hand, or the left wrist into the right hand. And now let's open up our shoulders here, looking up toward the ceiling. And let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. And let's place the hands down, rotate back to the center. And let's inhale, reach the right leg up. And exhale, bring it down. Switch legs, inhale, left foot up. Exhale, step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Bring the right knee down, untuck the back toes, and come on down onto the forearms. And twist and bounce out our lizard lunge here. Can use our breath, breathing into any tension, and using our exhale to sigh it out. All right, well, let's come back onto the hands. Inhale. Exhale, rotate to Skandasana on the left. Let's take the hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms out. Exhale, lean over to the right. Inhale, hands out. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, come through goddess. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale, reach the arms out. Exhale, lean to the left. Inhale, reach the hands out. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, through goddess, make sure the feet are pointing to the sides. This is important. Exhale, down to the left. Inhale, reach the hands out. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhale, arms out. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, through goddess. Exhale, down to the right. Inhale, reach the hands out. Exhale, lean to the left. Inhale, reach the hands out. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, through goddess. Exhale, down to the left. Inhale, open the arms. And take the bind on the left, opening the shoulders. Looking up toward the ceiling, we're holding the right wrist with our left hand. And holding for 5 breaths. And 1. Let's come back to center. Place the hands down, rotate back. Inhale, reach the left leg up. And exhale, bring it down. Beautiful. All right, let's get to it. So let's start with Vasiṣṭhāsana II. All right, so I do have a strap, so I can show you how to use the strap if you need it. But first, we are going to assume that you don't. Okay, so let's come into our side plank. So we're placing our right hand, so it's going to be directly underneath our right shoulder. We're on the blade, outside blade of the right foot. So let's come into our side plank. Let's stack the feet together at first. Make a nice straight line here from wrist to shoulder, and a nice straight line from shoulder to right ankle. Okay? If we want, we can extend our left hand up and find our balance here. And then let's go ahead and let's grab the left big toe with our left peace fingers. And then extend it up toward the ceiling. So there's a couple different ways that we might be opening our hips here, right? So we can be kind of going directly straight so that our heel is like pointing upwards. Or we can kind of be turning the heel so that it's pointing forwards. This way we're kind of like externally rotating our hips. Yeah, so you can kind of play around with whichever one feels better for you. And then in the final version of the posture, we want to be looking up. Woo! See? Intense balancing posture, right? We want to be looking up toward the left foot. Yeah. All right. I went for a run before this, and I came back and I was stretching on my mat, and I have to be honest, my mat is sweaty and is slippery. Okay, so I have a little extra challenge happening here. Okay, so if we want to use this strap, I don't need to tell you that, but I did, so here we are. Okay. If we want to use the strap, we come back to our posture. We take the strap, and then we would either put it onto the left big toe, or we can put it onto the entire foot. And then we extend it, and then we can use it to pull the leg closer and closer toward our head. Yeah? Okay? Simple enough, right? So I think that probably alignment-wise, the most important things that we want to be really focusing on are just making sure that we are using the posture for the purpose of opening rather than closing. I think that very often actually, if our body's not quite prepared for the bigger expansive postures, then it might end up trying to close itself. So by that I mean like really making sure that our hips are stacked, right? That we're like keeping the hips square here. We're not bringing our leg in, right? We're bringing our leg to the side. And even if it's in, it's because our hip is rotated, not because we're bringing it forward. We're bringing it straight to the side. Yeah. And then when we're looking up, then we're also kind of opening our chest a little bit here as well, right? All right, let's move to the other side. Okay, so obviously it's the same thing. We're just replicating it on the other side. So we are making a nice straight line from the shoulder, from the left shoulder down to the left hand, and another nice straight line from the left shoulder down to the left ankle. And so let's go ahead and grab our right big toe with our right peace fingers, and then extend the right leg up toward the ceiling. Find whichever hip opening we would like. I tend to like the first way, the side way. And then look up toward our right foot and see if we can point our toe more. Yeah. And again, checking to make sure that our hips are staying open and square, that our shoulders are opening, right? Our chest is open. We're open, open, open. Yeah? Okay. Beautiful. Let's move on to Viśvāmitrāsana. Yeah? All right. So if you got Vasiṣṭhāsana II, that is amazing. Let's move on. And this one, like I said earlier, in my opinion, is the more advanced of the two. So do your best. Okay? So I kind of like to start actually more in like a regular plank than a side plank, because we're going to be taking the right leg kind of to like wrap around the right arm first. And so then I like to have it here and then start to rotate to the side for teaching purposes. Okay, so let's try that. Okay. So come into our plank, regular plank, and then step the right foot forward. We can kind of just step it onto the floor for the purpose of now. And really try and work the right shoulder as much as we can, the right knee as much as we can over the right shoulder. So it's up as high as it can be onto the right shoulder already, because that will help us to get into the pose more smoothly. And so now we can rotate to the inside blade of the left leg. Yeah. And then let's go ahead. We're still such that our right wrist is underneath our right shoulder. And now let's grab the right foot. Let's bring it up first. And then, so this is going to help us to put our shoulder in the right place. And then extend it out to the side. And then again, we're looking up. And beautiful posture. Let's see if we can point our right toes. Woo! And beautiful. And come on down. That is so slippery. Okay. All right, you know what? Let me show you from the other side so that you can see the way that I'm hooking my right leg. Yeah. So coming into our plank, and now we're going to step the right leg over. So see how high it up is over my shoulder before I even start to get into the pose? That's going to really, really help here. Okay, so then we grab, and then we extend, and then we pull the left shoulder back so we can then look up. Okay. If you don't already know, I have an injury in my right shoulder, so let's move on to the left side, shall we? Okay. So, which one did we just do? Okay. So now we're going to step the left foot forward, okay? So we're in our plank, stepping our left foot forward, really working the left knee over the left shoulder here. Okay, making sure that our left shoulder is above our left wrist as we lift the left foot, coming onto the inside blade of our right foot, making sure that our right foot is lined up with the left hand, pulling the foot up so that we're bringing the shoulder up here, and then extending out to the side and pulling the right shoulder back and looking under the right arm. Beautiful. All right, let me show you that again on the other side. So coming into our plank. And stepping the left foot forward, bring the knee over the shoulder, okay? And then from here, we can rotate as we straighten the left arm, grab the left foot, find our alignment, line up the bottom foot with the top arm, and extend our leg and our arm, pulling back on the right shoulder and looking up, pointing the right foot, and beautiful. All right. Now, let's just put it into that kind of version of a warm-up sequence. We can do it. I just want you to see how it's sequenced, and we're just going to kind of go like from one to the other. Yeah? All right. Woo! Let's go. All right. Let's come back to our downward facing dog. And I'm going to change up the sequence a little bit. So follow along. Yeah? Here we go. Let's inhale. Reach the right leg up. Exhale. Step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Inhale. Bring the shoulders back. Exhale. Rotate to Skandasana on the right. Inhale through goddess. Exhale, come into Skandasana on the left. Now we're going into Vasiṣṭhāsana II. So we're going to place our right hand down next to the left foot. We're going to grab a hold of the left big toe with the left peace fingers. We're going to rotate over to the side. So now we're coming onto the outside blade of the right foot. And now from here, we're going to lift the left leg up into our Vasiṣṭhāsana II. Fun, right? And then let's look up toward our left foot. And let's exhale and place our left hand down. Wrap the left leg around the left hand. Come onto the inside blade of the right foot. Grab hold of the left foot with the right hand and extend the left leg out into Viśvāmitrāsana. Come back. Place the left foot where it was before. And then now let's rotate back into our Skandasana. Inhale through center. Exhale over to the right. Place the hands down. Inhale into lizard. Exhale, bring the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, bring it down. Let's try the other side. Now you can see the other sides of it as well on both poses. Here we go. Inhale, lift the left foot up. Exhale, step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Inhale, bring the shoulders back. Exhale, rotate into Skandasana on the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, Skandasana on the right. Place the left hand down. Rotate to the back, coming onto the outside blade of the right foot, of the left foot, sorry. Grabbing the right foot with the right peace fingers and extending the right foot up to the ceiling. And then looking up at the right foot. Beautiful. See how it gets easier and easier? And guide the right leg down. Place the left hand down. Wrap the right leg around the right arm. Pull it up toward the shoulder. And then extend the right leg out. And look under the left arm. Come back. Place the right foot down again. Come back to our Skandasana. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, rotate into our lizard. Exhale, pull the shoulders back. Inhale, left foot comes up. And exhale, bring it down. Woo! All right. Woo! If you made it to the end, congratulations. You did such a good job. Maybe drop let's say a pink heart in the comments today if you made it to the end so I can celebrate you. These are not easy, right? That's why they're called advanced postures. So neither of them are easy, particularly the second one. If you were even able to come close to doing either one, that is better than most people in this world will ever even attempt to do, right? So I hope that you're proud of yourself, and I hope that this was helpful. I hope that it helped you to feel more confident in your own yoga practices and also in being able to keep up and to be more familiar with some of the advanced asanas that I put into my intermediate and advanced classes. You will definitely see this tutorial linked in a bunch of those. As always, thank you so much for being here with me today, for trusting me and allowing me to guide you. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, I would love to see them in the comment section so that I can do my best to address them and help clear things up for you, help make things easier for you in the future. Thank you again for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next class, whenever and whatever that may be. Namaste.